The Job Guys. What the world isn't watching.
What's happening, everybody? The Job Guys back with you one more time. Nitro Nick is here. Sloke is here as well. And we have our first ever PLE, pay-per-view, whatever, coming from France. And they were there for SmackDown as well. We'll probably mention SmackDown a little bit because of some storyline things that went on. We are in Lyon, France for Backlash, and it had very much, Nick, did it not have last year Backlash vibes when they were over there in Puerto Rico with the crowd just absolutely nuts for the entire pay-per-view? Give me your thoughts on the crowd, first of all.
Definitely. And, I guess you got to take it in because they don't get it like we do. Like every year, I feel I can go see SmackDown or Raw. They're going to come to Orlando. They're going to be here. They're overly excited because this may be the only time you get to see a WWE event 2-3 years, or 4, maybe 5, I don't know when, because they don't necessarily go to every European country every time they go over there. So, yeah, the crowd was hype. I mean, I don't think they sat down and stopped cheering the entire time. Wish there was maybe some subtitles for the hordes on the bottom because I have no idea what some of the chants were. I thought one was for Sandra Bullock. I don't think it was. But yeah, I just didn't understand all of them, man.
No.
But the crowd was extremely hyped. Good for them. And I think it kind of made these matches maybe seem a little bit bigger than I think maybe they were because, again, with another Backlash, I'm not saying it was bad either because I think the right people won, but it was a kind of predictable Backlash, if you would. But I thought it was a good show, Ryan. I did.
Yeah, the crowd definitely made the show much like last year. I did by the end, and I felt it a little bit too. Was it getting annoying by the end of it? I thought they were a little too much in the main event. And the other thing there, it's soccer fans, and they are doing soccer chants. And while they are obviously very excited to have WWE here, and they're singing all the songs, like Randy Orton's song. Have you ever heard an entire crowd sing that straight through? Yeah, I think Randy was like, I don't even know the words to my song, and you guys were singing, but they are soccer fans. So a lot of those chants, you go see PSG play Lyon, and they're going to be doing the same exact thing. So it wasn't all just the wrestling. When they started singing the national anthem in the main event, I was like, okay, pay attention to the match because they're still singing the French national anthem. And I think AJ had just jumped off the top rope and got caught or something like that. I'm like, you're not even paying attention to the match. But no, it did make maybe some other matches that wouldn't have been as special more special.
Definitely, Ryan. I think just a different cultural aspect of attending events out there. I mean, no right, no wrong. Yeah. Just a different when we go out, different event because I can see why you would be frustrated because I know that sometimes you are very frustrated here in the United States and we've seen them ruin shows here in the United States. If I'm thinking specifically of almost 2 back-to-back Royal Rumbles that that are so much worse because of the fans. I don't think it had quite that effect on it. But yeah, at the end, it kind of was like, man, hold on, come on. Like we're watching the event transpire here, the stories unfold. And the Cody and AJ match for everything that was being chanted was a very good match.
It is cool because we don't see it all the time. If this happened every Monday and every Friday, I don't know that I would like it. But
myself,
it's very cool that you don't see it all the time. So it adds a little layer. So let's get to it, man. The very beginning, they open with a bang. Kevin Owens and Randy Orton. We talked about when their music hit, man, they just went crazy right from the get-go.
Owens took him forever to get down there. I mean, they were into Owens. He was having a blast with the fans. Wow.
I was going to say, dude, we're going to be here all night if it takes this long for the guys to get down to the ring.
Called up the Taker there for how to walk down to the ring.
Taker and Roman are like, hurry up, man. You got to get down. They took on the Bloodline. We can get into the match if you want to. I'll let you do that. It was a pretty good match. I thought it may have been the match of the night right out of the gate.
Fun match.
As soon as they did the no DQ. I immediately thought, well, Jacob Fatu's coming down.
Yeah,
now, we did get interference, but it was the other brother, the brother of Tama Tonga's here. So,
right.
yeah, your thoughts on that? And we have a new bloodline member.
I thought it was great too because I didn't know. I mean, I'm like, are we going to watch these guys just fight for 20 minutes and then the match is going to be 3 minutes as they restore order? Yeah, I thought it was a good idea because the street fight, I think, with these four dudes worked out much better. Thought the match was fun. I took it in the crowd. I saw Randy Orton got lost there for a minute. And I don't think he knew where everybody was. I don't know if that was planned. Kind of left Owens to a 2-on-1. But yeah, no, I thought it was a great match. Really dangerous having a street fight after like the world's greatest chair shot was delivered this week, though, Ryan. You don't want to compete on the same level as those.
Yeah,
things,
you got to watch out when Willow gets a chair, man.
Yeah, oh man.
Trouble.
But and if you want to see a great Ryan, how good was the KO? How is that not his finishing move? Whatever that thing
through
off
the chairs.
Yeah, how is that not a finishing move? That is absolutely awesome, man. And to be able to do it and not murder someone too, putting a lot of trust in Kevin Owens. And he, obviously delivered, did it correctly. And I think exciting new bloodline. I like the Heyman doesn't know what's going on type deal. That's really interesting. You're seeing the depth of this family, which is incredible. I mean, the one guy looks, who is it? Tama Tonga looks like $1 million, man, to me. And I don't know much about these guys, Ryan, because I'm just a casual fan. I don't watch 46 hours of wrestling a week. So these guys are coming in. Yeah, so these guys are coming in. I'm excited to see them. But I hope they really develop them a little bit. Maybe pause on bringing anybody else in until we kind of get these guys up to me. I'd like to get to know them, get a little backstory and whatnot.
Yeah, I don't know what they're going to do because they still haven't talked. So, and Tama Tonga can talk. I have heard him cut interviews before. He definitely can talk. He's good. I think some people were a little upset by Tonga Loa. I don't know that people like him as much as Tama Tonga. We'll have to see what they do. We obviously know where this storyline is going. They teased it a little bit even later when they were in the backstage area. Jay's getting ready for his match, and they come walking by, and then the look that Heyman gave Jay as he walks by, kind of just shakes his head like, and when he was in the ring, they were forcing him to stick his finger in the air. And, we know that he's scared of these guys. And last night, if you want to talk a little bit about what they did on SmackDown as well. Oh, I haven't spoken to the tribal chief and where they're going here exactly. I mean, Roman they've already turned Roman good. They turned him good the night after. He lost. So
place is going to blow when he shows back up.
Oh, it's going to be huge. But now the big question is, where does Jacob Fatu go? Because I think everybody thought he was coming tonight, and then he didn't. Okay, so is he going to go with them, or is he going to be Roman's new solo? Is he going to be Roman's new beef guy? Not quite sure.
I don't. Maybe because I text you. I was expecting a 4-on-4. Going to war games for a civil war, and I had figured there would be The Rock and 3 Solo and 2 other of the family versus Roman, the Usos, and probably Sammy, because that worked so well before. But now you've got another coin back there. So, Ryan, I'm up in the air. Maybe one guy will be just kind of, that would make a solo enforcer. Glad they won though, Ryan. Solo definitely. I mean, he was like, I think 0-40 or something like that since he beat Cena. It's good to see him getting some wins, and you got to build him up because this could be a real big war games. And me and you have already said it, and I know we're looking so far ahead. War games, I think, we overblow how good this pay-per-view is usually. They've only had a couple good war games, in my opinion, man. Maybe less than a handful.
Like ever?
Ever. Yeah. I mean, I really do, Ryan. That pay-per-view doesn't usually run super great for me. I mean, the NWO had 1 or 2 good ones. I like the one with Sammy, proving his worth, the Bloodline one. couple years ago. But yeah, I'm excited to see this. I don't know where it's going to go. I mean, where's Heyman going to go? Could he be pulling a ruse on all of us and siding with the right? Does he stay with Roman? I mean, the fans seemingly would cheer this guy if he was a face.
Right. Yeah, they like him. I mean, he's a legend now, so they'll like anything that he does. I was confused at the beginning, like, why is security in there? What are they doing? And I guess maybe they didn't make it a no DQ match right away.
Right.
Just because then people would know, oh, well, a new guy's coming out. I that's the only thing I could think of, because they were just fighting. Like, guys, it's wrestling. This is what we're supposed to do. Why is security in here? What are we doing here at the beginning of this match? Like, what?
Right.
It was funny too. I don't know if you noticed it right when the match officially started. KO took a bottle of Prime and just chucked it straight at Tonka's nuts. He was laying on the announce table, and he purposely, like, he grabbed it and he looked and slammed it right down. Like, that had to hurt, dude. There's no way. There's no way that didn't hurt.
I missed that one, man.
He's got a live round coming back. Okay. Well, there we go. Then we go into the ladies championship match. It's Bayley against Tiffany against Naomi. The crowd really starts chanting here, and Bayley at one point looks at them and goes, I don't know what you're saying, but okay. You know, she's like,
yeah. Hey, she does put 100%, love her or hate her, she puts 100% into what she does.
Yeah, this was a good match, man. This is very good. And if you saw the things from France yesterday, Tiffany was over. They're
chanting everywhere. Tiffy time, man. Tiffy time is catching on.
Yep. Very good match, though. Any thoughts on it?
Naomi needs a gimmick change was my first thing out of my mouth. I really like Naomi. I'm over the glow thing. I think we've said that
It's been a long time. It's been like 6 years now or something, hasn't it?
Yeah. I think this match got better as it went, Ryan. Again, it starts out a little bit too much choreography for me. The roll pin all over. I don't mind it. It's okay it just seems we see it constantly now, Ryan. Everybody running at each other in a triple or a four-way, and pin that roll up after roll up, kick out after kick out. But then the match got going. And I thought it was a pretty good match. I mean, again, I don't think it was legendary or anything, but all these people can work. Tiffany is money. I'm glad she didn't take the pin. Yep. I don't know that I like her around Bayley until if you're not gonna go with her with the belt. That's my only worry, because it kind of sets up now what I'm thinking is Tiffany's going to say, I didn't get pinned in the next pay-per-view.
Maybe she's going to
get her shot. But
you got to wonder how long they can hold off on her, because she's over. I mean, she is big time over, and she's got everything that they probably have ever wanted.
She's only going to get better.
Yeah, and she's only going to get better. Right. So you got to wonder, that's a great point. Putting her in a world title match already, and in Bayley's first title match.
Right.
How long can they hold off on her? And what else do you do with her? It's going to be very interesting to see the rest of the summer and beyond that, because I think if they would have put the belt on her today, I don't think people would have been too mad about it. And she's only been here for like a couple of months. So
at this point, it doesn't hurt Bayley.
No, she's bulletproof. Yeah.
Yeah. She's just won the Rumble. She's not cashed in, but like taken one world titles at multiple WrestleManias. Right. I would go with I mean, and again, you can always do. Bayley can get another one down the road, but Bayley, I think she's to a point. This was a good title run. She got Io Sky back. That was the whole purpose of this, more than the title actually being around her waist.
Right. All right. Then we talked about Jay was in the back, Bloodline came over. So then we get to the Jay match. Like last night, his intro was just, insane when they came out. That place went nuts. They all had their phones out and they're all bobbing with him and bobbing with him throughout the match. I mean, that entrance was over big time. He faces Damian Priest. We've got a face turn. Maybe it already happened. I'm not sure with Damian Priest here. He didn't want any help throughout the match. He got it. He won because of the help of his guys. But then they start beating up Jay after he wins, and he stops him. Do not do that. It's over. I already won. It's over. What do you think about the match and then the extracurriculars there at the end?
I didn't, again, it's not that I don't like the match. I just think too, they talked about this on the pre-show, that this was almost, and I know you could say about what you want about the pre-show or whatever, that this was like a win-win. Both people needed to win this match. And I felt like Jay has been put in so many situations where he needs to win and he doesn't win. This guy has already challenged for both world titles and lost, Ryan. He's now challenged for the IC title and lost. What do you do with this guy? I mean, he keeps fighting for titles. Yeah, I mean, it's cool, okay, but I just feel, I don't know. That's not for me, brother. You know, and the whole the yeet thing where and I'm not saying he's the only one guilty of this. We certainly see it on other channels where the crowd, and we just exchange punches. Well, the crowd goes and says one thing or another.
Yeet, no yeet is what they were screaming here.
But I don't know. The match was fine. Jay, they both can go. I mean, but I'm just still not there with Jay Uso, man. And I do think it's time, if you want to build Priest, that he needs to get away from Judgment Night, Judgment Day, the rest of these guys. This thing has kind of run its course. Rio is not going to fit with it when she comes back because she is way over. They're not going to cheer against her. It looks like Damian Priest, as you said, is moving toward that way. Fans seemingly like this guy a little bit. The guys they don't like are JD McDonough and Dominic. And Finn Balor's just kind of there, but I'd watch for tomorrow.
And they like Dom. They just love to hate him.
Yeah, love to hate. Yeah, he's kind of a dangerous Danny type out there. They love to boo that guy. He's really horrible to the fans. But we got a match on Monday. I forget who Balor is fighting, but it didn't look like he was going to win that match for the King of the Ring tournament.
Yeah, I forget what that was.
I wonder if he's going to get upset if he loses and no one helps him on Monday. Or something like that. We're seeing a little cracks, more cracks in the Judgment Day. But I mean,
he's fighting Drew. He is not going to win that match.
No, that's the one. Okay, yeah, he's not winning that match, and I assume Drew is one of my picks to maybe become the king.
Unless maybe CM Punk costs Drew
again. But see, the thing about that though too, Ryan, I don't know, man. Like, how many times can CM Punk one up this guy and then he can't win the match too? It makes Drew look really bad.
Drew will beat him.
You think so?
I think he should. I think he should.
We've talked about this. CM Punk is 45. Drew is, I think, 37 or something like that.
Yeah, he's no spring chicken either.
No, he's not. But I think you got a little more tread on those tires, especially with loves Punk, hate Punk. He is injury prone at this point in his career, whether we want to say it or not. The guy gets hurt a lot.
Dude, he's been hurt like in 3 of his last 5 matches.
So, I mean, I'm not saying this guy loses every time. I mean, I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't turn him into what they did with Cena. But, I'm with you. I hope they let Drew win. But it was a good match. Jey Uso, I say he is over, man. It's just not working for me with these Usos being apart from each other.
Well, depending on when Roman comes back, I mean, they're going to get back together. But Jimmy's hurt now. So,
yeah, I heard.
Who knows what's going to happen there? But yeah, I mean, they are getting back together, I would think, in the next 6 months. So
how many NWO, DX, Horsemen? I mean, you don't jump off, Ryan. You don't jump off the money train when it's moving, brother.
Well, we're getting Wolfpack against Black and White here with the bloodline. So
you got it.
There we go. So then we move on. Our lone title change of the night, which everybody assumed was going to happen. Bianca and Jade against the Kabuki Warriors. This match, I was shocked at how long it was. It was really good. Then it got really sloppy. Then there was a big mistake in the middle of it with the referee and who the legal man was and all this.
Yeah.
And I'm surprised they went as long as they did because Jade started to get a little lost and she started slipping on some of her moves. But then at the end, she puts the cherry on top
Oh,
Yeah, and does like the Goldberg power slam where he dropped a guy and then slammed him,
catched him.
only
Yeah,
times by like 8, which she did. I mean, it was incredible to get Kyrie into the jaded, like threw her all around 3 different times. Boom, Bianca comes in, saves the day. We got new champs. I thought if it was shorter, it probably would have been better because there was a lot of good stuff in there, Nick.
Ryan, I've been critical of Jade since she came in because I'm not I'm not an in-ring guy, but I'm like, oh man, I was worried about her. I think this is her best match since she's been in the WWE. I know she's only wrestled a couple. I thought she looked good tonight, Ryan, overall. This is not, again, she's not Kyrie, she's not Flair. She's not going to give you that style of match. You have an Ultimate Warrior Goldberg style wrestler here.
Right.
That doesn't mean they can't draw, as we've seen with those guys. So I thought it was great for, the ref thing. I thought it was great that he caught it. I'm like, oh, cool. Now that gives a sense of realism to it. The confusion by the wrestlers was bad.
Yeah, they had no idea what was going on, and then she still went and tagged out.
Tagged her. So now I'm like, so now the girl's on the outside, like the right legal person. Okay, I don't know. But yeah, that was good. I thought that finish was awesome by her slamming her down. And this, I hope because she does need some time. I'm thinking Bianca Jade WrestleMania.
Yeah, I heard somebody said they better not break up by SummerSlam. Like SummerSlam, dude, that's like 2 months from now.
And I don't think we want to see a Bianca Jade 3-minute match. And that might be what Jade can do right now. I think if you move that feud a little longer to maybe, they break up at the Rumble or something, I think Jade will be more experienced with the WWE style. She'll have worked house shows. I think you can get a good 15, 20-minute match maybe at that point out of them. Might be a little slower match. I'm fine with that.
But they're two powerhouses, and I thought they did a great job.
Me too.
Building these two also, like the way they taught, I think they just kept saying it's like two superheroes or something, whatever words that Cole and Graves used. I thought they did a very good job showing you, this is like Hulk Hogan tagging with Hulk Hogan back in the day. These are just two incredible athletes here. Did a great job pumping them up.
Book them like that. Let them destroy. Your women's tag team division has been a joke for a long. The
whole time.
Yeah, how many people have got hurt? How many times have they had to just add people to the championship? Let these two women dominate this division. So when they lose, they shift the belts. This other tag team gets, whoever they may be, gets an amazing push off that. And their feud is just, a mega power explosion here, if you will,
Yeah. Yeah, that's great, man. We've never seen anything like it out of the girls.
I'm excited for this one. Yeah, the new stuff. Girl and the ladies need this, right?
Yeah, they do.
Definitely.
And it's great for Bianca too, man, because people were kind of getting sick of her. People thought she was lost a little bit, no direction. Well, now she has one, and man, Bianca's my favorite. I think she's great. So, it's perfect. It's perfect. I like some of the Heart Foundation type stuff they've been doing too. I don't know if you saw online some of the house shows, the teamwork moves where one girl slams the other girl on the person on the mat, things like that. They did one really big one combination move in this match as well. Typical Heart Foundation stuff where Anvil would slam Brett on the dude on the ground and things like that. So very cool. I thought that was good.
And I think we should get hats off, Ryan. We didn't see a missed.
Well, they didn't win. So
yeah, I know, but it was the first time we didn't see any missed. Spit happily on that one.
All right, so then the main event, it is Cody taking on AJ. The crowd is just absolutely bonkers.
A lot of AJ fans.
I will get to that in a minute, but yeah, they were nuts right away. How about Cole right out of the gate? Two former leaders of the Bullet Club, he says in there.
He said it.
They mentioned New Japan on the pre-show. They talked about Tonga and his brother, the Gorillas of Destiny is the name of their, and Punk looked around like, you can't say that on TV. He's like, Punk, times have changed. It's
times
okay.
Have changed. All right. Yeah. There you go.
Yeah. And you get the straight out saying the two former leaders of the Bullet Club. I thought they did a great job last night with the build. The AJ promo was awesome. Anyway, the crowd did get kind of nuts as we talked about during this, but tell me about the match. And yeah, tell me about the AJ fans that you mentioned, because I got a couple things to say about that.
I was going to ask you, yeah, a lot and I think AJ is one of those people. I don't think anybody hates AJ Styles. Like, he's just a good wrestler. I mean, you'll boo him if he's a hero. You cheer him if he's a villain.
Yep.
But I don't think anybody hates. AJ will never have go away heat. This is a guy, if he's at least as long as he's performing as he has, and I think he's been amazing since WrestleMania. He had a great match with LA Knight at Mania. Great match to become #1 contender. Great match tonight. I think AJ is getting back into his AJ phenomenal Styles form. But I was wondering, are people cheering AJ or are they cheering against Cody Rhodes? I don't know, because I know I have seen that there's some people out there that are just kind of like, what do you do with, like, kind of like when Goldberg won the belt, you're just like,
now what?
Okay, what? Yeah, that was a cool story, but what do we do now, man? So, match was awesome. I thought the finish was fine. I thought we were going to get something that would push us toward another pay-per-view with these two, because the feud was, I don't want to say it was the worst thing ever, but it was, when you say two Bullet Clubs, I thought there was a lot of potential in this feud to go into a lot of depth and even exaggerate, as wrestling can do. How maybe these two had hated each other. One left the Bullet Club because the other's coming. I don't know. They could add anything to the story they want, but but yeah, good match. I don't know, Ryan. It was cool to see the split. People like AJ, but Cody, the dude still is over. It's still working to, a degree. But what did you think? I don't know. Did you feel that they were behind AJ?
I think the AJ thing is what we talked about at the top. These people don't get to see AJ ever, and they got to see him in person. So they're going to cheer for him because he is 45 years old or whatever he is. He's been around the block forever, and people like him. So they're going to cheer for him, regardless of what the storyline here is. But the one thing I did find interesting was in France this whole time, yesterday, during SmackDown and during the rally, they just started chanting, "Thank you, Roman," a bunch at Cody. And Cody had to stop a couple times. And then they also chanted, "We want Roman," while Cody was in the ring. And then today they chanted, "Let's go Cody, AJ Styles. Let's go Cody, AJ." So it was kind of, I guess you're right. It was kind of against Cody. I don't think that's anything bad, but it is telling that they want this guy now that he's not there. I found that very telling. So we'll see what happens there. But yeah, they're going to have to do something else, because this feud until last night had no juice, I don't think, at all. And now what? Now what do you do with him? Who is he going to fight? And there are reports out there that they don't have a lot of big plans until the bloodline comes back, Roman and Rock and whoever. So I am not sure. I mean, who right now, SummerSlam opponent, who do you think it would be for Cody?
Hopefully The Rock. I mean, that would be my hope. But I mean, if that doesn't happen, I guess maybe Randy Orton. I mean, you have a story there a little bit, but they're both faces.
Right.
I think they're both on the same show. So I don't, I think I was trying to find on my phone. I thought I heard the Undertaker. They asked him, someone, maybe it wasn't there, said that it'd be interesting as about Cody being heel.
Yeah. He does. He looks like a heel. He talks like a heel.
You haven't watched the show The Boys. He looks like Homelander.
Yeah.
He really does. And I wonder if he could pull off that prissy, stuck up. I mean, I don't know that they're ready to pull the trigger yet. I mean, he's just won this belt, right? Obviously. But maybe, he next year, WrestleMania, if Rock and Roman go and he fights someone, maybe after WrestleMania next year, I don't know. That would be interesting, because I'm with you, Ryan. I don't you got so many good guys or faces. I don't know that I want to watch him fight Gunther right now, because Gunther doesn't need to lose. Right. Gunther fights for that title. Then again, we're in the same position with Cody. what do we do with Gunther now if he doesn't win the world title? So I'd like to see him just have some good feuds with people and build the Gunther character other than I'm the longest IC champion, which is all I see there.
I think he's probably going to win the King of the Ring.
Yeah, could. Yeah, he could. But as far as Cody goes, do we get another AJ match? Does he come out this week and say, I mean, I don't know what is it because he beat him clean.
Yeah, he beat him straight up.
I don't know how AJ argues to extend this story unless he does something to Cody or his family or something like that. I don't know, but yeah, I don't know what you do.
What are your thoughts about that? Because that was a big thing too. AJ is the only person who has ever fought both Dusty and Cody for the world title. And once again, this whole feud was, I respect your dad, your dad. Is that getting old to you? Do they need to come up with something else?
I think Cody needs to not mention his father for a while. And I don't mean any disrespect for that, but you got to build yourself, dude. You can't just be, everybody can't come out and
son of a plumber.
Yeah, everybody can't either come out and take a shot at your dad, and that's the feud that you're now mad, or I respect your dad, not you. Something bouncing off dad. You can't do this. You've got to make your way if you're going to make your way in this. Something's got to be about you. So I'm done. It's kind, I just sorry. I don't want to hear any more about that. It just that was the whole Roman thing, Now
winning the belt. Yeah.
Yeah. It's so I'm just. Let's see what Cody can do. This is your workhorse, man. This is the dude that dethroned Roman Reigns. This is the guy you put your money into. He's got to be able to swim without, having, a poster of his dad behind him. So,
well, he's definitely swimming. Yeah, but I agree.
For how long?
I could go without hearing Dusty's name anymore.
Yeah. But I mean, like we said, though, people have rumored, Ryan, there's been rumblings like kind of like, what do we do now? Like, it's kind of like they want to cheer, but there's gotta be some villain, some foe, some thing for Cody. He's accomplished the story. Got to build another story now.
Yeah. And I don't know. If it's not The Rock at SummerSlam, man, I don't know what they do. Randy is so over right now. I don't think you want to turn Randy. And he's at that point, too, where he's flared. Like, people aren't going to boo this guy anymore. He's been around for 30 years.
You're darn right.
Yeah. So right. Very interesting. Anything else about the night, about the weekend?
Thought the right people won. I like the draft this year. I thought they did a better job, Ryan. Me and you have always said protect the champions. Don't draft the champions. It's just stupid. Why wouldn't someone go down? I thought that was really good. I liked it over a couple days. I thought that was really good. The only thing I don't like still on the draft, I would say they need to start drafting more realistic. I mean, you're drafting Carmelo Hayes
Ricochet.
and Drew McIntyre. Yeah, and
number
Drew
one.
McIntyre and Punk are still on the board.
Right.
Get out of here, man.
Right.
It just don't disrespect us like that. But I do like how they did draft guys like AJ got drafted, I think, to SmackDown. Jay is still on Raw, because don't disrespect me and draft AJ to Raw, fighting for Cody's title at this pay-per-view.
Right.
That really tells me he's not going to win,
Right.
So, and, speaking of the draft, if you get a chance, check out ours. We kind of did a tradition here with the NFL draft and this WWE draft the last couple of years. A year ago, we had a couple of fans on, drafted best ever wrestling squads, and this year we switched it up and did music.
Yep.
So check those out if you get a chance.
Yeah, it was a fun show, man. My one of our buddies, Brock, who is on the show a couple times a year, he just watched it this morning and he thought it was a great show. So it's fun, man. And you put your own music roster together, 15 rounds, of what your favorite interest themes of all time. So that was always a good time. We might have to do it again around the NBA draft here coming up, with maybe something else. Anything else about the show though, Nick? Or is that
good show? I thought B-. I mean, it was predictable, but predictable. The right people won, right?
It was good wrestling again. Yeah. And I do think, even though I kind of got sick of it by the end, the crowd did help.
They did.
It made it more exciting than maybe it should have been. So
I just accepted it, Ryan, because you gotta, like we both said, you know, these people don't get wrestling all the time. It's their show. Let them have it, you know, like
in their culture. That's what they do at sporting events. Go watch a Premier League soccer game, or League One is what the French league is. Go watch those. And they're singing the whole time, man. They're going crazy.
I'm sure there's things that we do that irritate other people. So, you know, I mean,
maybe one or two.
One or two, I guess. You know, but yeah, it was a good show. Backlash is delivered 2 years in a row, I think, Ryan. It seems like it's going to be out of the country.
Yeah, and all these shows here are, all these shows are here coming up, not in the country. And even in Canada, you know, and they're going to have Bash in Berlin. They're having another Clash. It's going to be in Glasgow. Man, they're doing all sorts of stuff around the world. So it's very cool that everybody else gets to see their things. The highest grossing arena show of all time. That means these tickets were probably like $400 a piece, which is pretty on average, which is pretty expensive. But yeah, only 11,000 people in the highest grossing show in the history of their arenas. So
wrestling fans are paying for wrestling right now. They certainly are.
Yeah, they certainly are, man. Well, we appreciate everybody checking this out. As always, thank you so much. If you can hit like, if you can hit subscribe, please. That would be awesome. It'll help us out. Leave a comment. Let us know what you guys thought about the crowd, about the show, about just about everything. We appreciate it so much, guys. Nick, thanks, buddy.
Hey, thank you for having me, Ryan.
All right.
Thanks for watching.
Till next time. Job, guys.
You smell something, it's us, because we're the stuff.